What's up guys, Phantom here back with episode 55 of my F1 2019 career mode as we are going to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix for round 12 of season 3. As you can see there, we have a durability and a chassis upgrade for weight reduction as we are now the third best team in performance there, as we have also a aerodynamics upgrade as we go to qualifying.
We hope you're looking forward to today's qualifying in Hungary as much as we are. We think it's going to be a cracker. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily, it's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
As we start out here in Q1, as it is Q1, so that you know what that means. For the third time this year, we've not made it through. We are in P19 as our teammate Raikkonen is P8, 1 second ahead of us. As this is getting a little bit of a joke now, as we will move on to the race.
It's always wonderful to come back to the lively Hungaroring. A popular destination this, nice and close to the beautiful city of Budapest, with some exciting racing to boot. Who can forget Michael Schumacher pushing his old teammate Rubens Barrichello up towards the pit wall in 2010, or those great races of 2014 and 2015 as well. We're northeast of Budapest for the race today at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Old Timer. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position and Lando Norris lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Romain Grosjean and Butler, Sainz, Leclerc, Weber and Daniel Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Perez, Antonio Giovinazzi and Hülkenberg, Russell, Bottas, Daniel Kvyat and Lance Stroll, Oldtimer and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
As we sit here on the grid after a dismal qualifying performance here at Hungary, as the 5 lights are away, as we get a good initial launch, as we're going to pull down to the inside here, as Stroll gets an absolute launch there in 3rd or 4th gear, as we'll look to the inside and dive bomb whoever we can without getting turned in on, as we are side by side with Bottas here, as he's going to pull away, as we're going to pull to the inside of him and dive down his inside and think about Giovinazzi here, as we'll go side by side with Bottas here around the outside here, as we will make the move stick. But as we come up here to the fast left-hander, we're going to go around the outside of Giovinazzi, who it absolutely just gives us the squeeze there, as we're going to squeeze him out in return there, as we are up to 13th from 19th there, as we are braking normally, and we were never going to make it there. We had to kind of just dive bomb Perez down the inside there, as Perez has been dispatched us by Bottas, as we're going to look to the inside of Ricardo for a second, and we're going to think better of it because we're going to have the DRS for this straight as well, as we're going to maybe think about the inside and then go around the outside all the way around here, as the one advantage we do have against the AI, since they're going to be so much quicker us because we have put a lot of aero on because it is Hungary. So it would be pretty hard for us to overtake compared to the AI, as Baltas is going to absolutely just fly around our outside as we come into the braking zone here, as he's going to easily take 11th from us. As we move on to lap 7 here, as we are coming into the pits at this time, as we kind of mount the curb there a little bit there and end up mounting the outside curb as we come into the pit stop here, as this will obviously be our one and only qualifying. This will be one and only pit stop, as we will come in, as it looks like Science is literally just rejoined behind us, as we will hopefully not be in such a bad place next race as we exit there in 15th position, as we move on to the end of this lap here, as we come on the lap 9, as we are going to pass a lot of cars as we come out. Well, not a lot, but the cars that have pit that were behind us, as Baltas has come out ahead of us, so that removes any chance there, as you will see a perfect illustration what will happen the next couple laps here. Is we come down the start finish straight here, in any straight basically with any distance, as they will absolutely just fly away from us. But since we have a lot more aero, we will be able to keep up with them in the corners. But this just happens the entire race for us, as we just keep getting close to them, and then they just pull away with any decent length straight here, as we close right up here into the 180-degree right-hander here, as we get up within 2 tenths, and they just pull up to 4 tenths, probably 4 car lengths, something like that, as they're absolutely just flying on the straights with us. I think we're running 911 wings, something like that. As you can see, we can easily keep up with them in the corners here. You know, you think you get absolute understeer, but we are keeping up with them perfectly. In the second they get on a straight, they are gone. As we come in here to the final sector, if we could just stay near them, we could maybe make a move into turn 1, but literally that's probably the only corner compared to them that we understeer badly. But as we come on to the last lap here, we are actually getting a very close and actually touch Baltas there, as will be for 11th place, so no points, but we will go up his inside there for a penny point, not even a penny point, a 0 penny point there, as Baltas won't give it up without a fight, as Weber will take the last points there, as Verstappen has won his first win of our career, as we'll come home disappointing 11th.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
It was a tough race at times, but they've held on to take a great victory for McLaren today. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. With that brilliant result, Sebastian Vettel secures top spot in the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Old Timer. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out and they improve their position in the championship. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.